friends, hello, welcome back. Guess what we're doing today? We're playing NHL. Good guess, it was in the title, I know. We're going to go out there and put Connor McDavid on every single team in the NHL. We're going to see how the NHL turns out. You see it right here. We had to create McDavid's. Tried to do our best here. 193, 22 years old. I'm assuming his weight isn't always 193. Probably fluctuates a little bit. You know, most people's do. But assuming he's 193 right now, we went ahead and we replicated all the stats for him as well. The only thing that is different is durability. Because apparently durability actually affects your overall this year. So I had to boost the durability a little bit for him to get that 94 overall. But every other stat is the same for the Connor McDavid. And he is on every single team in the NHL. We're going to see what happens if every single team gets a Connor McDavid. Now, obviously, a team like the Edmonton Oilers already have a McDavid. They're going to be at the handicap on this one because everybody's gaining McDavid minus them. So we're going to go ahead and jump into franchise mode real quick. Take a look at some of these lines. Starting off with the Nashville Predators. They already picked up Matthew Shane. They're going to pick up Connor McDavid. And now all of a sudden, this heavily defensive team is looking pretty stacked offensively. They got Granlund, they got Johansson and Duchesne on his second line. McDavid, Arvidsson, and Forsberg in the first line. That line is going to put up points, if I had to guess. The same can be said about McDavid, Kessel, Keller. You would think they'd spread that out a little bit. I guess they weren't feeling it. Nick Spoltz on the second line. We'll see how Arizona does. They're very top heavy. That Kessel and McDavid on the first line. Probably don't need those guys together. We'll see what happens, though, for them. Definitely could be a difference maker. Speaking of difference maker, imagine having to play with Crosby, McDavid, and Malkin. 3 of the 5 best centers in the league, arguably all on the exact same team. McDavid, Crosby, and Gensel all played in that first line. We've talked about this before. It's very interesting to see how these guys play when they're playing on stack lines like McDavid, Kucherov, and Braden Point. Talk about not even fair. That line, you would think, put up like 140 points. Good luck stopping them, but we'll see what happens. They might only put up 80, 85. Sometimes these stack lines, they don't do so hot. As for Tampa, though, I was like, wow, did we even need McDavid? I mean, Kucherov could carry it as it is. I think the best idea here for Tampa was to throw either Kuch, Stamkos, or McDavid on his third line, separate themselves, and then just absolutely obliterate the league as far as goals are concerned. You look at the Leafs, Marner, Matthews, McDavid, again, throwing in defensive specimen, goal scoring McDavid or Matthews on the wing here. Kind of surprising, but you got to put him somewhere. They want to keep Matthews on that first line. That's what's going to happen again. Kerfoot's already rocking that third line. You talk about another team with 3 of arguably the 5 best centers in the league. You can make that argument over there in Toronto as well. Another team stack. Last but not least, we threw on Vancouver just to give him a little peek here. Besser, McDavid, Pettersson. We'll see if McDavid can make Besser into that all-star he's been waiting to become. Pettersson already on the rise on his own. Probably doesn't need a little help from McDavid, but we'll see what happens. They're 87 right now, 94 on the McDavid, 85 on the Besser. We will see what kind of impact that has on these Vancouver Canucks nonetheless. Right now, the impact's great. They started 3-0, 6-2 now. Vancouver is killing it. The addition of McDavid, another year older for Besser, another year older for Pettersson. They're only going to get better, right? And that is exactly what's happening with these guys. The question probably was the defense, the goaltending. How was it going to hold up in this game? It's starting to balance out a little bit now. That hot start from Vancouver, they're down to 15-13. I missed that Maple Leafs record. That was another one of our teams. It's not a big deal. I mean, technically everyone's our team, right? I think that's the thing here too. We got to keep in mind. Yeah, they gained McDavid. They gained all this help. They gained all this support, but so did everybody else. Everyone else gained McDavid. That's what I say. I think it'll be interesting teams that are more defensive heavy, how they turn out in this, because, you know, the defensive heavy teams are like, oh, we're a forward away, a really good one away from being a top play or top contender in the league, a Stanley Cup contender. You gain McDavid, you see what that does for teams like that, because they still have the great defense that can shut down the McDavids of the league, well, at least, you know, try to minimize him. You're not going to really shut down McDavid, but you can try to slow him down, and you're going to gain him now. We'll see how that does for those teams. But Vancouver, what a start this season. Unfortunate. They started 8-2. And they finished 3 games below 500. It was so promising for Vancouver to start the season. Well, take a look at the stats. McDavid, 88 points over there in Vancouver. That is the playoff stats. I thought it was, but it looks so nice to click on it from there. We'll go to the right screen here. Mickey D's, how'd you do? I'm assuming you led the league in like 16 different countries here. 88 points, 49 goals. He is quite the goal scorer in this game. I will tell you that for sure. We'll look at the entire league. Oh, it's the McDavid show. All right. McDavid did all right. He led the... Oh, Jack Eichel. Look at Jack Eichel go. Getting some love. They say they don't love him in EA, but it looks like he got some love this year. 89 overall. I mean, overall, you know, you can argue it, but it doesn't matter. He put up 95 points. like the all-star that he is. Blake Wheeler was in there as well. Otherwise, it was the Connor McDavid show. Nonetheless, Gaudreau. Looks like that was that the worst McDavid? Was the worst McDavid 87 points on the Flyers? We will keep scrolling here to take a look. Hope there was more. There was more. The Blue Jacket one. Of course, the Blue Jacket one only put up 83 points. The San Jose one, same story. Oh, there's some more down here. I mean, there's like 31 of them. Who's counting though? New York Islanders McDavid dropping to -20. Not bad. Not bad at all. Did we miss the actual McDavid by chance? Is he right there? No, that's the Devils McDavid. 78 points. The Devils, Nico Hall, Jack Hughes. Apparently, it wasn't working for McDavid. That was a team we could have checked the lines out for right there. Those four on the team together. That would have been pretty dirty. Here's the McDavid. There's a McDavid. The worst McDavid of them all was the real McDavid, who put 70 points up. No, it wasn't. That's a bold-faced lie. The worst McDavid is on the Toronto Maple Leafs. Yeah, like I said, you put these McDavids on really stacked lines, Matthews and McDavid. You assume 100 and some points, but they actually struggle sometimes, oddly enough. Let's take a look at who the best McDavid in the league was right now there real quick. I think we scrolled over those pretty quickly. I was just kind of curious to see where the McDavids of the world went and played out for other people's teams as well here. We'll take a look at the top here. 95, 110, 126. Buffaloes. No wonder Eichel did so good. Buffalo played with Eichel and McDavid, flourishing 56 goals. Not as good as the 68 out of Minnesota's McDavid that dropped 113. 110 out of Winnipeg's. That was another dirty line. He was probably, I don't know if they stuck him with Wheeler for sure. Wheeler's up there in points. Maybe Wheeler, maybe Connor. Scheifele in the second line. Maybe Scheifele was on that line. Could have been another dirty one. 110 on Dallas. 105 on Nashville. We talked about how important that'd be for a team like Nashville to get that McDavid. 105 points. Showing his colors right there for him. Very solid. 102 in Calgary. 102 in Carolina. And then 100 for McDavid on Pittsburgh. Again, we didn't see any Crosby up there. McDavid played great. He played with Crosby, but you had to play with Sagan, I guess, too, right? 92 points. But we did not see a Crosby up here anymore. There's Phil Kessel enjoying his life over there. 89 points plus 20. Mikko Rantanen, 87. Nonetheless, I think the 68 was the league leader in goals, right? 68, 67 out of the one in Nashville, 64 out of the one in the Ducks. A lot of goals, not a lot of assists over there in Anaheim. We'll see if that goal scoring helped them Ducks make the playoffs. Another team known for playing some pretty good defense or some pretty good goaltending back there. Adding McDavid, did that make them a playoff team? Anaheim, it did. 95 of them. 93 out of the Flames, 92 out of the Coyotes, and 91 out of the Knights. Looking at the Kings, 88, 78 out of the Canucks, 77 and 77 for the Sharks. The Sharks are a surprise right there. The defense they have, adding McDavid, nothing doing apparently. Winnipeg, 107, same for the Blues. The Minnesota Wild, McDavid with 68 goals, right? 103 points, 102 out of the Stars. Colorado missing it. Another team stacked. Again, Nashville. We talked about Nashville. It doesn't seem to matter for Nashville. The good defense, the good goaltending, picking up McDavid, picking up Duchesne, still couldn't make playoffs. Surpriser of all of them right there, that's probably the biggest surprise. Scooting on over to the Atlantic. Tampa, 102, 99 out of the Florida Panthers. The Maple Leafs, another team stacked as stacked can get. 90 points missing playoffs. The Sabres making it. The Panthers, the Bruins, and it was the Senators, Red Wings, and did I miss somebody there? The Red Wings, oh, it was the Maple Leafs, Canadians. Okay, we got it, we're good. Capitals, Flyers, Penguins, Blue Jackets making the playoffs out of the Metro. Devils still couldn't do it. Hurricanes still couldn't do it. Panthers, or not the Panthers, that's the Rangers. Rangers 80, 71 of the Islanders. Two teams also that could not do it. Unfortunate for those teams. Nonetheless, great season for Connor McDavid. We got to go out here now and figure out who is going to win this Stanley Cup, though. Courtesy of Connor McDavid. We will switch to Tampa. We'll switch to Tampa. Oh, I get the Blue Jackets in the first round. Sorry, Tampa. Nice knowing you. Blue Jackets sweep coming in hot. Oh, they lost in 5 games. The Blue Jackets said, all right, it's all right. It's all good. Tampa's a good team. Tampa v. Washington in the conference finals. Look how quick this sims. Wow, I love this game. Holy cow, I've never seen such a quick sim before. That was impressive. I didn't have time to go and blink a time or two. I like that. Good for EA fixing up the sim a little bit there. Tampa, though, winning the Stanley Cup, even with only a little over 100 points. Didn't matter for those Tampa Bay Lightning. A great season it was. We'll take a look at some of these awards, individual awards. Mickey D's, Art Ross, Mickey D's, Memorial. The Norris going to Petrangelo. There you go, Petro. Lady Bing, Kucherov, way to be a nice guy. Calder, McDavid, Conn Smythe, McDavid, Binnington with the Vezina. Binner, look at him go. Coming right after that Stanley Cup performance, winning the Vezina. Tuukka with the Jennings. Mark Stahl, the Masterton. Selke going to O'Reilly. McDavid, Lindsay. Richard with those goals over there in Minnesota going to McDavid. We'll take a look at this playoff tree. It was the Calgary Flames who did go to the conference finals, did go 7 games. Them, the Calgary Flames, and the Vegas Golden Knights. What a conference finals for that Western Conference. Otherwise, though, guys, that is going to conclude this video. If you enjoyed it, a thumbs up and subscribe. Always appreciated, never required. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching. We will see you next time.